Van Cropsel, a hardworking real estate broker at RE/MAX Alliance. Whether it's residential or commercial, Van is dedicated to helping you find or sell the perfect property. Van, you're the man. Richard Babb is a passionate photographer with a keen eye for detail. Richard creates content with an exceptional range of creative, technical, and artistic imagery. This includes cosplay, glamour, performance art, and fitness. Richard Babb Photography, where life becomes art.
Cheers to yet another great session with Stef. I can't even do this. See, you know what? I tried to. I'm gonna ask. Hi, Lisa. How's it going?
Good, you?
Okay, so I tried to. It's just I didn't put anything in here. I said, let me try to fake not drinking because I was like, should I drink? I probably shouldn't have a drink.
Which one?
Anyone, whatever.
You want this one?
And I tried to let it go without actually drinking. I can't do it, guys. I can't. I need to have. Yeah, sure. That's good enough for now. There you go. Let's do this properly. I feel like a fraud, you know? I can't feel like a fraud. I got to do this properly. So here we go. I feel better now. And you know there's a problem when I say whichever one you want. Cheers. Now that feels better. That feels more like an authentic sessions with Stef. It feels like, yeah, now we're back to what it should be. So welcome everyone. How's everyone doing? As you can tell, it's just me and my screen here. Right here, look at this. We're upgrading again with the cup and the screen and the logo and all that. It's me and my screen because this week's guest is amazing. It's an amazing guest. I wanted to go back to this guest because she was one of the first guests that we had on Sessions with Stef. We're talking 3-4 years ago?
More or less, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, around there.
3-4 years ago?
Yeah. She was one of the first.
That's what I just said. Yeah, she was one of the first. And we went to her place, I remember.
And she
had a grand piano in the house, which was amazing. She's a phenomenal piano player and singer. And we had her on the podcast and it was great. And it was because she was one of the first ones. I wanted to see how she's doing because she also moved. So she left Montreal and good on her. She got married. She found the love of her life and moved to Miami, to Florida. I'm not even sure if it's Miami. Probably. I don't know if it's Miami.
I think it is. It's Florida, definitely.
And so she moved. And I figured I wanted to do a Zoom just to see how she's doing, see how her music career followed her in Florida, how she's doing out there and how it's different. I figured we could do a podcast on how it's different in the States. If it's at all different, who knows? It's probably the same thing. But just to see what the vibe is. I mean, I know Miami's known for its music, a lot of Latin music in Miami, that's for sure, but a lot of music in general. So it was good to know, how she's doing, catch up with her, and see how, if she's, I don't even know if she's still recording tunes or not. I know she came out with an album here. She had burnt a piano as one of her videos. Yeah, so I remember talking about that. And we featured her video on Sessions with Stef, and to know how that album did, and to know how she's doing. If she's still recording, producing, singing, originals. I know she's got a pretty cool gig from what I see online. At a place called, I think it's Howl at the Moon. It sounds like it's a really cool. It's got an 80s vibe to it. And to me, she's playing different instruments as well. I'm so curious to go and have a Zoom talk with her and see what it's all about. I'm really curious to see how she's doing. So ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, which you will see on Zoom in a few short moments, is Melina Soochan, piano player, singer. I believe now she plays like bass and we have the same
guitar. I think I saw her drumming too at one point.
Yes, she plays drums as well.
Yeah.
Bass, piano, sings. Like, what? Like, she does it all. So
the air is different in Florida.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's good to see. I'm curious. I'm going to be asking her a bunch of questions about the business, about her, how she's doing, and I'm really curious to get into that. So again, we have to thank our sponsors for this, which you saw at the beginning of the episode, and also I want to make an announcement. We are now in what month are we? We're in November now, so we still have got time. This podcast is, still going to be November. But I want to make an announcement because we have a show in February coming out. I don't even think Lisa knows. I don't know if maybe I mentioned it to you. But we are going to be doing a show. It's a fundraising show in February on a Thursday night. It's for a great project, which is for a movie that will be coming out eventually. But the movie is almost done. We need to raise some funds for this movie. And I've watched the movie, and the movie touched me. It's a fantastically done movie. Like, the acting is so spot on. It's funny. It makes you cry. It's touching. It's a movie that really hits home. And it's got some Italian actors as well, so there's a lot of Calabrese in there, and it's super funny. And I'm excited for this movie, and we're going to be raising some funds. So at the Leonardo da Vinci Center, we're going to be putting a show together to sell tickets, to raise money, so we can finish. Not we, but they can finish. My friend Tony. Both Tonys, Anthony and Tony, amazing people that directed the movie, produced it, acted in it, did all of it, wrote the movie, and all of that. We're going to be raising some money so that they can finish it and finish it properly, because this movie is going to go somewhere. It's that good. Like, it really, wow. And we're also going to be writing a song for it, so I'm super excited. We got asked, myself, December Rose, we got asked to do a show and help raise some money and write a song for this. So it's going to be such a fun project. So I'm going to keep you posted on this podcast. I'm going to keep you posted where you can get tickets for that. I just wanted to make that announcement, make everyone aware of this. There's going to be even a place where you can just donate for the movie. And if not, you could just come to the show. It's going to be well priced. You get a great show. You can even come to the premiere. There's tons of stuff. There's going to be meet and greets with some of the actors. We got a lot in the work. But February 19 is going to be the date. It's on a Thursday night. It's going to be amazing. So I wanted to let you all know that. And of course, we want you always to subscribe, but I'll do that after we speak to Melina. I'm going to come back and tell you all of that stuff. So guys, check out this Zoom with Melina Soochan, fantastic piano player, fantastic singer. It's coming right up, and then we'll be right back after that.
Welcome to the show. This is awesome. You were one of my first guests on Sessions with Stef. I think you were
crazy
when we started, and I was super excited. I've been following you on social media, so I noticed
we follow each other.
Yes, absolutely. And I noticed the first thing that I noticed was like, oh my God, how I've been panicking my whole life. I said, if ever I moved city, how would I start over? I'm busy now, I'm working, it's good, but it would take me years to establish myself. And then I see Melina going to Florida, and I'm like, wow, congratulations, a new life, nice weather and all of that. And she's going to keep doing music. I think within weeks you were like playing all the time. I was super impressed.
Yeah.
And I mean, talent-wise, it was not a question. It's like, she can play, she can sing.
Florida's fertile ground for music, though. That's the key. That's the key. There's a lot of work down here, actually, for musicians. If you're good at what you do, especially if you're a singer and if you play an instrument, there will be work for you.
5 instruments.
Yeah. Or 5 instruments. Yeah, that's going to expand my work possibilities. It's so cool.
God. So how was the move? How did everything go? You had just released an album.
Right. Yeah. So before I came down to Florida, this was during the pandemic time, basically, right? I guess the first year of the pandemic. And I was, I was in Montreal. There was no gigging or not much reliable gigging happening in Montreal at the time. I was doing a lot of teaching, and I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to be recording and releasing songs. And I had a plan to release a full album. In fact, I had recorded a full album's worth of music, but my plan was to release singles one at a time here and there. So I was doing that. I got to about 3 singles, and then what happened was I had this opportunity to go down to Florida. Well, actually, it didn't even start in Florida. It started with a Club Med resort in Mexico. Oh. So the Club Meds have this opportunity for artists to come down and perform. Basically, you get to stay in the club. You get to basically be in a guest room and eat and drink and have fun and party like everybody else, and you're performing as well. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get away from the cold of Montreal and the COVID stuff, and I'm just going to go down to Mexico. I put together an 8-person band. It was amazing. We all were very excited about it. We went to Mexico. We stayed there for like a month, and then some of the people from the band went back to Montreal, but I actually continued. I went to another club band and did the same thing for another 6 weeks in Dominican Republic. Oh my God! Okay. I was just finding these opportunities. What's that?
Ron was booking you, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. He books for all the Club Meds in the Caribbean, basically, and the one that's in Quebec. Yeah. And then from there. Oh, then what was happening was Dominican Republic was shutting down their borders because they were like, COVID, they're going to send everybody out of their country who isn't a legal resident. And so everybody else in the band left except for myself and one other person, and we decided to continue our journey, and we ended up in Florida. So at the time, there was a Club Med in Florida, in a little town called Port St. Lucie. Very unusual Club Med. It's not your typical sort of tropical, vibrant, lush resort. It was almost more like a like a staycation motel type of thing, but it was really nice still. And they had the same deal. So as musicians, we stayed there, and I was there for 3 whole months at that point.
Oh, wow.
And what was cool about that one was that I was meeting a lot of the local musicians that were also performing there. So we were the ones that were the resident musicians that were just living on campus, let's say. And then the local musicians were coming in and doing other gigs like every night of the week. And so I just was really open. I was really like, let me meet as many people as possible. I was connecting with Instagram or any socials with all the musicians that came through. And I ended up meeting a lot of really, really talented people who ended up saying, hey, I have a booking agent who's looking for somebody that does exactly what you do. And then they sort of connected me, and little by little. And then as soon as I got out of the Club Med contract, I still had another 3 months to stay in Florida. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get a few gigs here and there through these agents and through these connections that I made. And that's really how it started. And it just kind of snowballed. Then I had to come back to Montreal, of course. I couldn't stay indefinitely. But eventually, when I came back to Florida, I had all these gigs lined up and all these people that I had already worked with that saw what I did. And the work was just there. So that's how it started.
Wow, that's amazing. So then and I remember, I think you had come back to Montreal right in the middle, like right before you went back. That's when we had you on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you released.
Yeah, that was when I came back. That's right. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And
so
you had released your song. I remember freaking out over
the
burning.
The songs were there. Mm-hmm. Yep. The burning piano in the forest.
Yeah, beautiful, and the songs were amazing. And then,
thanks.
And then you go back and you start working, and like now I follow you, and your gigs are so awesome. I'm like, you're at, I believe last night probably you were at, it's like an 80s vibe, kind of.
Well, we have 80s nights at this place. So I'm actually now, so I used to be freelance performing basically in different venues wherever they would book me. So I would be booked in a lot of hotels, restaurants, resorts, country clubs, things like that, all over the place. And which was cool because I was making my own schedule. Yeah. But I actually, since the beginning of this year, since January, started working full-time at Howl at the Moon. Yeah. So Howl at the Moon is this really awesome live music venue. They're actually a national chain. There's about 10 of them all over the US. And they are known for being, originally they were a dueling piano bar. They've been around for 35 years. They're originally a dueling piano bar, but it's since then evolved into this sort of massive band show where everyone on the stand, okay, there are 6 of us at a time, everyone plays piano and sings, but also we rotate instruments. So we jump on the drums for a song, then we'll go on the bass for a song, we'll go on the guitar, we'll go on the guitar, you know, back and forth, all the different instruments. And so we become this kind of super band. And it's an all request type of show. So we don't know. We don't have a set list. We don't have a set list going in any night. Okay. Now, because we all come from, you know, piano bar entertainment, like backgrounds, we all have a certain amount of repertoire in ourselves already. We also make it a point as a band that we have to learn new material consistently. And so what happens is the audience will request songs, and whoever is the strongest on that song will be the one to perform that song. Or if that person's not there, there'll be somebody else to do that song. So, you know, you'll go from Piano Man 1 second to like Enter Sandman, you know, the next second, to Bring Me to Life Evanescence, you know.
Wow.
And so this place is really cool, and they built a pretty cool reputation for themselves. And they just opened the Fort Lauderdale location earlier this year. I auditioned to get into it at the end of last year. I got the job, and so I started full time, and this is what I do now. So 4 nights a week I'm at Howl at the Moon, and I'm learning. This is why I have so many instruments in my studio here. I got my drums, I got my guitars, my bass. Obviously I'm still playing piano, I'm still singing. And yeah, basically, this is what I'm doing. And we have theme nights. So once a month, we have an 80s theme night. That's the first Thursday of every month. So that's really cool because I get to do a lot of 80s music, and I love 80s stuff. Yeah. And I get to dress 80s and all that. This weekend, we had an emo night. So we did emo music. Yeah. So like basically rock, pop punk stuff from 2000s, essentially. A little bit of grunge. We have a disco night coming up. We've had a Taylor Swift night when she released her album. We did a Taylor Swift tribute as well. Next week coming up, we have a Wicked tribute because the second installment of the Wicked musical is coming out. So we kind of go with whatever's happening in the world at the time, and they develop all these really cool like theme nights out of it.
Oh my God. It's like, to me, it's like so far, it's my dream everything. It's like,
it's so cool.
That's the business I would love to open as a place. Like as I'm getting older, I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to have a live music venue. And you just made this.
I think Montreal needs one like that.
I would love to have that. And it'd be great. And also you took it a step above with the, you know, constantly learning music, constantly being challenged as a musician. Because the problem with those gigs, and it's not a problem, they're great. It's just that eventually, you know, same rep, you're, you know, after a month, 2 months, first year, I've done a lot of places where I played every week solid. And after a couple of months, you try to innovate and add new stuff, but you're also known for what you do there. So you can't, you know, learn too many.
No, it's absolutely. It's a really good training ground. I feel like I've grown exponentially as a musician this year alone. And I've never practiced as much as I've ever done in this last year. I practice so much. It's ridiculous. Like my neighbors are like knocking on my doors all the time. That's okay.
but it's so fun. It challenges you, and shit.
Yeah.
Doing a gig on another instrument is like not easy, you know?
Yeah. It's not easy, but the cool thing is that we're all in the same boat. So while we're all, you know, working to perfect our craft on every instrument, we're also forgiving of each other too. So, you know, there'll be times when like, you know, my colleague will miss a bass note. It's like, well, it happens, or I do it. I'll miss bass notes, or you know, it happens, and we just have to keep going because the show just goes on. And I think the audience kind of knows that we're, you know, because we don't know what we're going to play next. So they're the ones dictating the show. So they're aware that, you know, they're forgiving of us too if we make little mistakes here and there. Of course, we try to be as professional as possible. And you probably we don't show it too much, but hopefully we don't show it too much. But yeah, no, we're like there'll be like Eminem 1 second, and then we'll play Avril Lavigne, and then we'll play like Shaka Khan, and then we'll play Madonna. You know,
that's crazy,
yeah.
which is awesome.
Pretty cool.
Is it mainly locals? The clientele, is it locals? Is it tourists?
So Fort Lauderdale is an interesting location. So there are a lot of tourists in the wintertime. And by tourists, I mean the snowbirds, right? The snowbirds that come in. Well, it could be Quebecers, but it could also be like the New Yorkers and the New Jersey people and, other northern US people that come down to Florida as well. So there's just a lot of snowbirds and tourism in general during the winter months, which runs from about October to May. But then during the summer, which is May to October, I guess, then it would be mostly just the locals. So it kind of dips a little bit in terms of audience numbers. So we had actually closed down one day of the week when it was the summertime, but now we've reopened to our full 6 days a week, which is cool. And yeah, the tourists are great. The tourists are great because the thing is, they've heard about Howl at the Moon. Some of them have gone to the original places. Like the biggest Howl at the Moon is in Chicago. That's actually their headquarters. And that place has been open for, I guess 30 years, 35 years or so. There's a big one up in Orlando, Florida as well. That one's been around a long time. They have a Disney night once a month, which makes a lot of sense for being in Orlando, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's another one in Pittsburgh. There's one in San Antonio. The original Howl at the Moon was in Ohio, but I think unfortunately that one closed down. But it's a brand that's been evolving with the times, and the thing is, we stay modern too. We have all the old stuff. We have all the oldies, 60s, 70s, 80s, but we also incorporate all the new stuff of today. So, and I think that's what differentiates this type of piano bar from another more old school style piano bar. You're not just going to hear only Billy Joel and Elton John. You're going to hear, Lil Jon and Lil Wayne and Cardi B. Yeah.
So do they sell food and alcohol? Is it ticket like
they do?
Okay, so food and alcohol, and is there an entrance?
Yeah, it's a bar, but it's got food. Bar food. And good bar food though, pretty good.
It's free, like to get in. Is it free?
It is for. Okay, hold on a second. Let me think about this. I believe there is a cover charge on the weekends only, and I think it's only after a certain hour. I think during the week there's no cover charge, and I believe they have a happy hour as well where there's no cover charge. They always would kind of run these sort of specials, and it's not a big cover anyway. I think it's like $5. So
wow.
It's yeah. So it's mostly free. Like it's very affordable for audience members to come down. Like the people who come out, they really love live music. We're right along the strip where there's a lot of other clubs and bars. But if you go down the strip, you'll basically see DJs. A lot of DJs doing their thing. And so we're one of the only live music venues that has a full band every night, 6 nights a week, full band. And it's a nonstop show. We don't even take breaks. We rotate our breaks.
Okay.
Oh God. If I tell you, you're going to freak out.
Tell me.
Let me put it this way. Okay. Let me put it this way. On the weekends, we start at 6 p.m. and we stay open till closing, which is 1 or 2 a.m. And as a band, we're a 6-person band, we rotate out for our breaks. So the band as a whole never stops. But individually, we'll be off, let's say we'll be all 6 people for the first half an hour, and then 3 people come off, they're taking their break. The other 3 continue as a band for like half an hour, and then they switch, So it feels like it's nonstop music, to the audience.
To the and to yourself too, because it must take you. Wow, I do 3 sets of an hour.
I gotta be. Well, yeah. So in a night, I'll probably do about 3 sets. 3.5 sets maybe of actual music where I'm actively singing and playing. Otherwise, what's happening is I'm on the sidelines. I'm technically on break, but every half hour we have like a power band set, which is just a couple of songs where the whole band comes on stage and like we do like a showcase wow song to wow the audience and wake them up. and then we go back to our breaks, you know what I mean? Okay. So it kind of keeps this ebb and flow of the night going. It's not a real break in the sense that I can like leave the venue and go somewhere else, but I still have to stay there and make sure that I'm listening to what's happening, watching the room, seeing how certain songs are reacting, how certain songs are hitting the audience. You know, it's like, oh, the audience is really liking the 90s stuff. Let me go into more 90s when it's my turn to get back up there. Okay. Or like, oh, they're more into rock. Okay, I'm going to stick with the rock stuff. You know, that kind of thing. So I got to pay attention. I also got to make sure I don't do a song that someone else has already done. Yeah, exactly. You know, even though sometimes that happens. Yeah. You know, if someone's putting down a $50 bill to hear, you know, Tina Turner, Proud Mary, they do it once at the beginning of the night, once at the end of the night. We'll play it twice.
And if it's another $50 bill, I'll play 3 times, 4 times, whatever you want.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. You give us $100 bill, we'll stop whatever song we're doing immediately and start your song. So, you know, wow. we're literally the human jukebox. Literally.
Honestly, it sounds like it's like my dream. It's like as a venue, I would do anything.
Come on down. Or open one in Montreal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Or in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto probably better.
I feel like Toronto would be a good location for the Howl of the Moon.
You know, Toronto, yes. Yeah. But Montreal parties, they used to. Montreal party is a little harder than Toronto did. Toronto's very...
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that anymore. It's different.
I don't know. Toronto's big, though, too. Yeah, Toronto's big. And, you know... and also they're a bit more Americanized, right? Toronto, we always say that about Montreal versus Montreal. Toronto has a more American feel. So Howl of the Moon it's a very American brand. So I don't know. Like I think it could work in Toronto. Really You'd also have to change the name if it was in Montreal too, right? I don't know how it would work.
Well, actually, if it's a brand, you can keep it. But I mean,
okay,
yeah,
perfect.
If that's the brand, then you can keep it. But I mean, you still want to cater to the clientele.
You have to look into it.
Find a word for Howl, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that would be. Wow.
What tribute bands have you been in? You've been in a few tribute bands or cover bands or like.
I do the biggest tribute band that I do is 60s rock, where I play drums for. We do Beatles, Animals, the Kinks, Rolling Stones, of course. That kind of stuff. And it's a fun band. Yeah, it's really authentic.
Very cool.
And we're a little bit more rocked up. Like we're a little heavier with the stuff, which, you know, I come in there and I smash.
That works.
It's fun.
Nice.
And I'm doing, of course, I play Latin, which, you know,
Miami
is my destination. My favorite destination for Latin.
That's But we throw in a little bit of that too. We're careful though about we can't call ourselves a Latin band because there are some real Latin bands down here, but we can definitely do a nod to the Latin stuff. You know, we'll throw in some, Gloria Estefan or whatever, Celia Cruz here and there. You know, some Bad Bunny. We throw in some Bad Bunny.
He's fine. He's doing well, man. Good for him.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is 6 nights a week.
6 nights a week. Yeah, I'm on 4 nights a week, so a full-time schedule is considered 4. Okay. And we are 7 people that work, 7 entertainers that work at this Howl of the Moon. So 6 full-timers and 1 part-timer. And so between the 7 of us, we cover the 6 nights a week. Perfectly well. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like we're on every weekend. Like I know exactly where I'm going to be. You know.
And you need to be really close with the bandmates for sure. Like,
I mean, you definitely get close to them. I mean, you're working with them every night of the week. You know, with all of our quirks and everything. And everyone has their way of playing. Everyone has their preferences. Everyone has their artists or styles that they really shine on. You know. Everyone has weak points, and we got to be forgiving of each other's weak points too, right? And we're all helping each other. It's really nice.
As a musician, you don't learn every style perfectly because it's almost impossible, right? So if you want to compete in the Latin market, you can't play 3 songs and say I play Latin music. Like you got to, you've got to touch it and not go too heavy into it because every style. Even just disco is the same. Yeah. It's not, might not be the most complicated, but if you're a bass player in disco, you gotta know your shit.
Oh, and disco's got to be tight though. You got to make that sound tight.
Yeah.
You got to have the horn parts in there. It just got its thing. Disco's got its thing, and that's the stuff that gets people dancing.
And even like the simplest music still has its thing. Like the Beatles is not crazy, but if you don't do it,
The vocals.
Oh yeah, you got
Beatles.
You got to be dead on, right?
Yeah.
Anything Rolling Stones is not hard, but it is hard, you know.
Right? No, absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, I want to rush it, you know, because I just want to rush it. That's live music, you know. But
that happens a little bit. We play with the tempos a little bit. We try to be consistent, you know. But well, the energy of the crowd, you never, you know.
There any tracks added to it at all?
No tracks.
No tracks.
None. No tracks. All live. And we have to always be aware. And the thing is, here's the other really cool thing is like, because we never know where we're going to be at any time a song is called, I got to know all the parts to every song, right? So it's like, we might get a request for Whitney Houston, I want to dance with somebody, you know, and like, okay, I can do it as a singer, fronting the band. Cool. Sure. You know, I'm used to that. But then it's like, next time it gets called, okay, now I'm on the piano. Well, I got to know my piano parts. I got to know the synth parts, you know, and like, our horn person's not there today, so I'm going to also do the horns now, you know, or maybe someone's already on the piano, so I'll just do the horns, or I got to know the bass line, or maybe I'm on the drums at that time, you know what I mean? So like some of the most well-known songs, especially, if we know that they're going to get called, then we have to learn them on every instrument, because when we rotate, you never know where you're going to end up being. So it's really cool that like the sound of the song could be totally different from night to night. Yeah. You know what I mean? Depending on like, and also like, was it done during a power set, or was it done during, you know, when we cut down to a trio? Because when you cut down to a trio, then all you have is the two pianos and a drummer. You know, and so you can still cover a lot of parts with two pianos. Because when I say two pianos, it's actually four, because each pianist has the main piano, and they have a smaller keyboard on top, like a synth board on top. So, you know, you can cover bass parts, you can cover horn parts, you know what I mean? You can cover quite a lot of stuff.
Who's calling that?
You just got to figure out so the way it works is that there's two pianos facing each other, and when it's your set, when it's your hour, you bounce back and forth between songs. So if it's my turn, I'm the one who chooses the next song. And my choice of song is based on the requests that have come in. We have an app, actually, that people can request directly on an app. It's called Juke, which is cool. Or they can do it old school style and write it down on a piece of paper and give it to us, you know, with a little cash something, just to, you know, just for encouragement, you know. And, you know, based on the requests that have come in, I'll select the one that makes the most sense for the time, because it's like, you know, if it's a slow night, I want to pick it up, or maybe I want to bring it down, like whatever. So I'll pick a song that makes sense for the time. I'm the one deciding. And so I'm the one who's going to start it off and sing and play. So I got to be on the piano. And then usually, the drummer's going to pick up what I'm doing. They're going to join in. And then the other pianist will fill in whatever seems to be missing, you know, if they know the song, which hopefully they should. So...
Wow,
yeah.
It's like a jam night on.
You're always on your toes.
Holy!
Oh yeah.
It must fly by.
Always on your toes.
It must fly by.
It does, yeah. It's a long night. Remember when I first joined, I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna? I mean, I had not done gigs that were longer than 4 hours at all. You know, and even 4 hours is a long time, right? But I was used to 4-hour gigs, so I was like, okay, you know, it can't be much more than 4 hours. Like an 8-hour gig. But it does fly by. It does fly by because you're not actually nonstop performing the whole time anyway, and you are on your toes. You're not bored. It's impossible to get bored at a gig like this. So it's really cool. Yeah, you got to come by and see it. Definitely. And we'll put you up on as a guest performer.
So does that
come and join the band?
Does that happen?
Yeah. Well, so when it's really busy, we actually have a request to join the band in our app. So people can actively request to join the band. It just tells, you know, what's your instrument, or do you sing, and what song do you want to do? And you know, if it fits the vibe of what we're going for, then we'll bring them up. You know, they have their moments, and it's pretty cool. You know, they can like be a star for a second. They can really literally join the band, and it's cool. We have singers, we have instrumentalists, we have different people that come up. We did have at the beginning of the summer, we had started a new thing. We ended up stopping it because we had to close one of the nights at the bar, but we ended up having a jam with the band karaoke style night. So cool. Tuesday nights was our jam with the band night, where anybody could just come up, tell us what song they wanted to sing or play, and we would all be together like playing that song, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, just jamming. And it was really cool. It was working out really well. But at that time, the overall volume of audience was kind of like slowing down because it was entering into summertime. And I'm waiting for them to bring that back because that's going to slap. If they bring that back now, like, oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh my God. This is like the most ideal gigs venue in the world. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm going to come so cool. Just for that.
Absolutely. You know, it's really fun. It's really fun. And there used to be another Howl at the Moon in Fort Lauderdale 10 years ago. But it was actually along the beach. It was in a different location. And they were open for about, I think, 15 years or something, maybe something like that, like a really long time. They ended up shutting down, I guess, for business reasons, whatever. And now this is the reopening of the Fort Lauderdale Howl at the Moon in the new location, which is cool. Okay. And there used to be one in Miami too, from what I remember.
And there's not in Miami? I didn't see it. I was in Miami.
Now there is not anymore. No. Nope. There's no Howl at the Moon in Miami anymore. I feel like the Fort Lauderdale clientele is a bit more their style versus the Miami clientele. Miami right now, these days, seems to be more very, very Latin based. Oh my God. Yeah. And we're probably, I mean, if I had to pigeonhole it into one style, I guess we're kind of more rock. Yeah. Although we're very bigger than just rock, but yeah. I think Miami at the moment is much more based on Latin styles. And also, I think that's really the main difference. Yeah. When I was in we're just a better fit for Fort Lauderdale at the moment. But who knows? You know, maybe in 5 years things might change. Yeah. You never know. People migrate, styles change. True. You know, Miami tastes change, evolve.
Miami is really, really heavy. Like every Latin musician,
practically
in the world, will go.
Sure.
Miami, and like the shows that I follow, you know, a lot of the musicians I follow. They basically jam. It's like a jam night to see, you know, Tony Soochan is a beast musician and he's jamming at a local place, just like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
You know, but.
Right.
It is the, you know, there's Puerto Rico, Miami.
Yep.
And that's where it all comes down.
Yeah.
So what about, I mean, this gig takes a lot of your time. Are there any other projects in the works? How? I don't know how you would do that, but.
So I've taken a little bit of a break from songwriting and recording. I just don't have the time right now to really devote to it. Cause it's never just, as you know, it's never just about the songwriting and the recording process. There's also all the launching of it afterwards. Right. And you know, I feel like if you're going to put out original music, I mean, I think the goal is to play that original music, right? Yep. To play it live. And so I just don't have the time for that right now. You know, I wouldn't be able to. So I feel like I would be doing it a disservice to be writing music and recording and putting it out there, but then for it to just kind of stay on a streaming platform and never perform it anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's, so I really just focusing right now on the performing, all this learning that I'm doing. I mean, I'm practicing 3-4 hours a day these days. You know, I wake up, and I look forward to practicing. It's so cool. Like I have not practiced this much even when I was in school, you know.
I mean, you're getting paid, or let me say, you're working to become a monster musician. You can, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Howl at the Moon has such a cool reputation. Like, you know, there are plenty of people, I mean, I've heard that, like, there's lots of people that go on cruise ships and they become like really good cruise ship musicians, but then they want to get off the cruise ships. And a lot of times Howl at the Moon, like joining a Howl at the Moon is like one of the things that they want to do. It becomes like something that like they're aiming for, which is super cool. And actually Howl at the Moon has a branch of it that's actually Howl at Sea. So they do provide groups to go on the cruise ships as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So if ever I get, sick, I guess, of playing just one single location, maybe I could join the Howl Sea cruise ship branch, and do that for a little
It's good
bit.
that they give that opportunity too.
Yeah. Yeah, they even have what they call Howl to Go, which is basically a branch of Howl that does private events. So they do weddings and corporate events and things like that with Howl musicians. So they have their bank of Howl musicians, ex-Howl musicians, and also current Howl musicians. And they basically, keep us in a system, and they can book us different events that happen all over the country, depending on what location the event is. I mean, there's a headquarters. Like, I'm a full-time employee. Like, I have like, and that's the cool thing too, is like I have like insurance and like, retirement plan, like all these really cool things that most musicians will not ever have, I mean, it's really, really unique as a job.
It's genius.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's great for musicians, and we need more jobs like that for musicians too.
Absolutely. And I think we're bringing, I mean, it's all about the audience though. The audience has to appreciate the live music, so you have to open in a location where there's enough audience that loves live music. I think Montreal would be great for that reason, right? Because I think people love live music in Montreal. You're like, I don't know.
They don't like the pay. They like the live music.
Right. So there's always, there's a balance, right?
I don't want to shit on all Montrealers. It's not the case, but like, it's not always looking to save a butt. Like, not, I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
I've encountered that issue many times.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Latin nights where they come to dance and they don't buy one beer.
Right. They're just there for dancing.
Dancing.
Well, that's
but not good for business.
Right. Yeah. Because the thing is, and it's not like, I mean, you guys as musicians, obviously it's nice to receive tips, but it's not necessarily the end all be all of the event. You're still getting paid your salaries for being there as a musician, right? And so it's not about we want people to spend money on us. It's about we want people to spend money on the venue, because if the venue closes down, we don't have a job either.
Exactly.
So we want people to come in there and have a good time, buy some drinks, buy some food, right? It's all about having a good time in the venue as a whole, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
Right?
Bring your family, have a party there, so there's more money to go around and more people can get paid. That's basically what it is.
Exactly.
Are you
I mean, the other cool thing about the US is like the tipping culture in the US is much bigger than in Montreal.
Much bigger, yes.
People tip a lot more down here. Yeah. They tip for music, they tip for drinks and food, but that's normal. But then they also tip the musicians. Like it's really that was a big, surprising and very happy thing for me to realize when I came down to Florida. Yeah.
Are you planning to come to Montreal anytime soon?
I'm coming to visit my family during Christmas time. Great. So I'll be there at the end of December. I'll have to come back though right before New Year's, because we have a big New Year's Eve show at Howl at the Moon, of course. Okay. So I will be back here for New Year's Eve. But yeah, for the holidays, I'll be in Montreal.
That is amazing.
Yeah. We should get together. We should have a coffee.
You know what? Absolutely. Maybe we'll go to like a house of jazz or something and see some music there or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while. Yeah. Are you performing anything during that time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let me know and then I'll come see your show. Are you at like the casino or?
I have one casino. No, that's in January. I'm in Ottawa. I do the Ottawa casino.
Oh, you'll let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll let me know what gig you have. I definitely have a few nights there, and I'm looking for something to do. So let me know. I'll probably bring my mom with me too.
For sure, and I'll try to get all the your friends. I know you keep in touch with some of the old friends, but
sure, absolutely. I'll bring everybody.
Absolutely. We'll have a nice
be a party,
or we'll just get drunk.
Yeah. That's fun too.
And so what's
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm running out of time here. What's in store?
Oh, is it already?
Yeah, it went. Yeah, I hate.
What goes by fast?
Bastard.
Yeah.
I'm a cheap bastard. I don't pay for the extra Zoom. But what's in store?
That's why I use FaceTime. There's no limit on FaceTime.
I don't know.
But I don't know about the recording capacity. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can.
So I got a minute left.
Sure.
What's
Okay.
say to the Montreal people about Florida and the music scene in Florida?
Well, for Montreal people, so don't be afraid to come down to Florida and have some fun. Florida is always a fun place to be. It's really nice to come and visit. If you're going to visit during the cold months where you want to get away and come and get some sun. And everywhere you turn, there is something fun happening. There's a festival every weekend. I just came back yesterday from the International Food Festival, which was just along the water. It was so awesome. There was live music. There's live music everywhere you turn. And yeah, basically, if you're in Montreal and it's cold and dreary there, come down to Florida, get a little sun, and bring back some of that sunshine, and spread the joy.
Melina was one of the first guests, as I said, and it was really, I felt it was important to catch up, see how she's doing, and see the music scene, how the music scene is in Florida and in the United States. And super happy. Thank you so much, Melina, for coming on the podcast. I'm so glad to see you're doing well. To me, it seems like you got the dream job, man. That is awesome. Working in music as a career, in a job like that where no set list, changing repertoire, being challenged all the time, which that's important in music, to always be challenged and keep it up. Practicing, learning different instruments. What the fuck, man, that's awesome. You get to play a gig on different instruments every night, being busy 4 nights a week and just playing music. It's great. Good on you. And we're so happy for you. You seem happy and I'm happy that everything worked out. And you're still rocking on, man. It's I see the videos, which again, guys, if you want to follow, you have to follow Melina Soochan. Her Instagram is @Melina Soochan Music. Her TikTok is @Melina Soochan Music. YouTube, all the same, @Melina Soochan Music. You're going to see it on the screen here. Check her out. The videos are really cool. The venue, Howl at the Moon, looks amazing. I'm dying to go to Florida just to check out that place and check out Melina in action. So once again, thank you so much, Melina, for doing the podcast. It was really fun to catch up. And I hope it gave all the listeners some insight on what it is, it's music in the States, music in Florida, and, taking a chance to applying your craft wherever you want. You can live wherever you want, do it, and just work hard, and you'll get it. So thank you so much again for doing it. So, guys, I'm going to take you back to the studio where we're just going to end this off properly, but thanks again, and we'll see you back in studio in 2 seconds.
Wasn't that awesome, Lisa?
That was great. I miss her.
She's so nice.
She's so great. She has such a genuine heart, and she's so beautiful inside and out.
She's and what a musician. Like honestly, what a musician.
Yeah, she is.
Melina, cheers to you.
It's true. Melina, we miss you. And you know what? You did well to leave this cold place.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold.
It's cold. Yeah. You're in a good spot right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for you that you got to keep doing music. I always, as a person myself, I always
as a
musician and a human being, I guess. I
really?
was always, sometimes.
Okay.
I always, I love traveling, love it. One of my biggest should have done that, moments in life was I wanted to travel more, and I don't want to say live abroad because I hate leaving family and stuff like that. But I always wanted to try different areas, and I never did that. Like, I would have loved to move to a hot place or another place just to see what it's like. And I never did that. And part of the reason I never did is because, I'm so busy. I'm busy here as a musician. I play a lot in Montreal and Laval and, Ottawa, Ontario, the whole thing. I play quite a bit And so, but it took years to build all those contacts. And part of me, once I hit like 25 years old, 26, was like, well, I can't leave now. I'd have to start over. And it's going to take me 3-4 years to build to get to the point where I am now. And, I need to start it over in a new place. And that was part of the reason why I never did it, because I felt like, can I... And then if I decide to come back, people are going to forget because I'm not answering the phone for a couple,
Yeah.
If I do a cruise for 6 months, a year, when I come back, they're gonna have stopped calling me because, well, he's away. Why would I call? And so I never did it. I never had the balls to do it. And I regret that. And I'm so glad that now I see that I should have or could have, because I'm happy that you did it and you were right away, Melina, you're on your feet playing music in a new place. And hats off to you, because that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And it shows that in the end, it's the talent that prevails.
Yeah.
The talent, you're talented, you sing like a motherfucker, you play like a motherfucker. And again, now you're starting with all the other instruments too. You're playing drums, you're playing bass. Like, man, that's amazing. That's not easy to do. And you do a great job. So hats off to you. And I'm glad to see that that you took a chance and you followed...
Her heart, basically.
Well, you followed your heart and you went there, and it's all working out. So good. I'm glad that she's so nice. She deserves it.
Of course, absolutely. She got married.
Yeah.
She started a brand new chapter.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
She had the Canadian chapter. Now she has the U.S. chapter.
And now the place that I see her playing at quite a bit is so cool. It's got like that 80s vibe, and I see her with the guitar, and anyway, it looks like a really...
Howl at the Moon, like that is great.
Yeah, it looks so fun.
Yeah.
And good on you. Again, good on you. I said it again. She's such an interesting person. Guys, you have to go follow her on her Instagram. You got to check out her album. It's really, really good. And just follow what she's doing, because it's really something to see, and she's really great at it. And a lot of Montrealers are going to be watching this one because she knows a lot of people in Montreal.
Exactly.
She did
one
the
of our
scene
own.
first. She's one of our own, and I know a lot of musicians that know her, and it's going to be good for them to see what she's up to as well. So awesome for that. Also, guys, I want to bring it up. Well, not bring it up, but we do have a Spotify account. Spotify, Apple Podcast, all of that audio. I know you guys want to see me drinking. I know you want that.
Whole point.
You want to see it, but sometimes you just can't. Life gets in the way. You can always hear this luscious voice.
Oh, for the love of God!
What?
Yeah.
What? You can even go.
Luscious voice.
You can even go online and sessions with Stef. There's like a site. It's a Buzzsprout, so I don't even know how to...
Called My Luscious Voice.
I don't even know how to... I don't even know how to get there. Like,
that's fantastic.
Through Spotify, we have a site that you can go online and just click and listen.
Yeah.
I don't even know the site. Like,
that's
I can't
fantastic.
even tell you. Yeah, but
that's great. What encouragement.
Sessions with Stef, something.
Stef.
It works. You can go listen online.
You just press the button, you hear me.
But faster than that, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can just put, you're taking a shower, bang, listen to my voice. Right?
Oh my God!
Yeah!
Well, you loofah!
No, it's great. Listen to my voice, listen to me speak about the music business here in Montreal.
And then you're going to want to wash your groin.
Whatever works. While you're in the car going to a gig, right?
Of course.
Right, you're going to a gig, you have that gig that you don't want to do or you do want to do.
It's motivating.
Yes, you listen to someone else complain about something.
Oh.
Whatever. It is what it is. But you listen. So yeah, guys, go on our Spotify, on our Apple Podcast. Subscribe, listen. You can download all the episodes. You can even, if you don't want to hear the sultry voice, you can speed it up so you understand what I'm saying. He goes 2 times faster.
I love that. I love that in editing.
But you hear the voice, you hear what we're saying, and you can hear the discussion with whoever it is that's on. Also, feel free to reach out to us. Like, reach out, DM us if there's someone that I'm overlooking. I look for guests. Guests reach out to me. Our next guest, I did not know him until he reached out to me. And so I love it. He reached out and said, I'd love to be on your show. And I said, great. So if I'm missing someone, or reach out to me, DM me and say, hey, check out this person, check out that person. They just released an album. Eric Brunet, he's reached out and gave me like 4 or 5 different people that have been on the show. And it's great. I love it. So check it out. Tell me, even if there's topics you want me to talk about in the music business. One of my guests who's going to come up soon, probably in the next month or so, I'm going to have a sound technician. He's also a musician. He can play tons of instruments, but he's a sound technician. So just to get the other side of the coin of a sound man and his job, how it pertains to, obviously how it pertains to the musician, how it's different than the musicians, how their baby is the mixer.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right?
That was well said.
Well, that's their baby.
Well
That's what they work with. That's their best friend in the moment. So
yeah.
And that's going to be an interesting podcast. So if you have topics that you want to be spoken about, production, maybe we can have a producer on that works in studio all the time. I have tons. I'm going to reach out to. I'm not going to name the names now, but I'm going to reach out to people to have the other side of the coin. It's always good. The music business is the music. It's always music, but there's different sides of it. Generally, we've had performers, but we'd like to get to the other side. Producers, mastering, guys that do masters.
They work too.
Of course, and it's always in the music business, and it's always good to know. So once again, thank you all for listening through Spotify, watching on YouTube. Subscribe, tell your friends. If anyone wants to advertise their business or whatever, give us a call. Really, their pricing is really cool. Lisa will take care of you. We'll put together a nice little ad like you saw at the beginning of the show. I believe Richard Babb and Van Cropsel, they were at the beginning of the show. So we like to talk about our sponsors, and if ever anybody needs a real estate agent, a photographer,
we're here.
We're there. We have a little community going with Sessions with Stef where even if you need musicians, if you're a musician yourself, you have a band and you're looking for a singer, a guitar player, I know tons. If I can help you, I will definitely give you some numbers. I've been doing it quite a bit. I get a lot of DMs for people looking for people.
That's awesome.
And it's a pleasure. The more I can get people to work musically, the better I feel. The more the industry can thrive and get bigger and better. So once again, thank you all for listening and subscribing. Hope you enjoyed Melina Soochan. She is fantastic. Lisa, thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Guys, we'll keep coming. We'll keep having great sessions. And thanks a lot. And this session is now